In recent years, social media has become an addiction most of us aren't really aware of.
Because after all, it's easy to spot an alcoholic, a guy that's drunk on a park bench every day. But how do you spot a social media addict? Better yet, how to tell if you yourself are addicted to it?
Most of the big social media apps are forged in a way to release an abnormal amount of dopamine when you're using them. They are very well aware of that, and this is their strategy.
This is how they get you to rack up the screen time like a madman.
As you may know, dopamine is known as a good feeling chemical. And that's why when you ask someone if they can delete social media from their phone and live without it, their answer usually is,
Sure, but why?
Last year I started thinking about this when one day I tried finishing a project and there I was, all of a sudden, subconsciously with the phone in my hands, scrolling through Instagram. I sort of had this moment of realization.
When did I pick up my phone? And to top it all off, I opened my screen time statistics. It was 4 hours that day. And that right there was my decision point. Something had to be done about it because there was way too much time spent on this without any benefit whatsoever.
So I deactivated my Facebook account and deleted the app from my phone. I set a limit for Instagram for 30 minutes per day, which was meant as time spent posting for my business.
Yeah, I've done it. Ha! Yeah, I quickly realized I made a couple of big mistakes. My brain tricked me a little bit. Because when I have a problem in real life, that I need to solve something or I need a piece of information, I would always turn to Google and YouTube. And that right there was my brain's excuse for keeping YouTube on my phone. And where from the start I was using it to, watch some educational content, it quickly became a way for me to scroll through YouTube Shorts.
And it led to mousetrap videos. Yeah, you heard that right. Mousetrap videos.
Bro, I don't even have mouse problems.
So, YouTube's gotta go. And that 30-minute limit on Instagram, well, it turns out that it can be skipped easily. Did you know that?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are social media free and the benefits start rolling in, as well as some drawbacks.
The first interesting thing I realized is that I don't need a new phone or a battery replacement because guess what? When you don't sit on it for 4 hours a day scrolling through Instagram videos, battery holds up just well.
On the other hand, I needed to explain myself to a couple of people because I only deleted my Instagram app and they were still messaging me on there, so oops.
However, sitting down and getting some work done started feeling much more doable. And I think that's just for the fact that I didn't give my brain any other options or escape routes. There was no Instagram, there was no TikTok to open or YouTube to watch. The best thing to do at that moment was the work itself. And guys, I'm not trying to work 24/7.
That wasn't the point of it at all. You gotta take breaks, you gotta take care of your physical and mental body.
And so nature became a big part of my everyday life. I noticed that my body and my mind want to go for a walk and want to be outside. It's easy for me to hit the gym like 3 times per week, which before was something unspeakable.
And that just comes down to the fact that previously when the work got done, if it got done, there was Instagram, there was TikTok, there was YouTube.
And that got replaced with this nice road by the river that I walk by almost every day. It got replaced with gym, meditations, stuff that really moves me forward. Take a look at your relationships, how you sit with people, how you listen to what they have to say, how much of your attention goes to Instagram rather than the people sitting at the table.
Now after a year I don't even notice it anymore, but it became normal for me that when I sit down with someone, with a friend, with a family member, I actually sit with them. I engage in the conversation, I'm interested in what they have to say, and I'm not checking my phone every few minutes.
The lack of notifications during conversations caused me to be more present with people, and it makes me realize how disrespectful it really is when someone is talking to you and you can't stop scrolling through that thing. This is one of the biggest upsides of this.
Now what does this all mean? Does it mean that you and me shouldn't be using social media anymore for the rest of our lives?
The reason I took this kind of extreme steps towards this and deleting everything was because it really bothered me. It got under my skin and I felt like this is the only way to get rid of this problem. It's best if you observe this and decide for yourself what you're gonna do on your own, what your next step is gonna be.
Now, with that being said, there is of course a huge upside with social media, and that's business. A lot can be done and a lot can be achieved.
That's why I will go back to posting to Instagram. In fact, you are watching this video on YouTube right now.
All in all, I feel like social media is not really the problem, but rather our approach to it and our understanding of its core. The lack of understanding of how it impacts our system, how it triggers dopamine, and how it keeps you hooked.
This distance from it, this past year, allowed me just that.
Now at this point, I'm pretty comfortable, I'm pretty positive I can go back to using it and not it using me.
People are definitely uneducated about that. I think most people are taking social media way too lightly, and therefore they don't really realize what an impact it has on their life, and above all, their mental health.
If you have a friend that you know it's addicted to social media, is over scrolling through everything, send them this video, maybe it shines a little bit of light on their situation. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.